It's so funny to see developers talk about the Xbox One X, even now, just seeing the difference between now and 2013, 2014, 2015. We just see that there's such a difference in the attitude and what they're talking about, in the way that they're talking about the Xbox One X. And this right here is more of the stuff that I'm talking about when it comes to Microsoft. Really, even though they're losing in the sales department, are winning in every other way imaginable that you can think. I mean, you could make a case that Sony's had a couple more games recently, but overall, if you take everything into account, I think Microsoft is on par with them overall, just from the beginning of the generation. So, and they're doing a lot to kind of catch up in the other ways too. It's going to all come down to, I think, like what's going to happen next gen. Forward compatibility, backwards compatibility, who's going to do what, who's going to allow you to take what with you. It's all going to be really dependent on that. But I want to get into this topic. What's up, everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you guys for checking it out. I certainly appreciate it. I would also appreciate if you guys hit that like, share, and subscribe button, because it helps out the channel tremendously, and it would mean a lot to me personally. It really does. So this developer was talking about these updated dev kits, which is something we haven't heard about for a little while. So apparently the Xbox One X had a dev kit update, and these XDKs or whatever are making it even better and more possible to do like the higher frame rates and things like that. So part of the reason why we're getting that now is thanks to these updated dev kits and stuff. So I think that's pretty cool, and that's something that a lot of us probably weren't expecting, but at the end of the day, man, it's very exciting and very welcome, because obviously we're starting to see some of this with like I said, that Danger Zone 2 game. A lot more games are offering 60 frames per second option exclusively to Xbox, and I think that's cool, and that's going to be like what we're going to see in the future going on. If you think about it, the Xbox One X is already doing so much in terms of pushing graphical fidelities, things that nobody else has done before in the console space, absolutely dominating the power narrative now, and that's something that Sony really had kind of hung their hat on for the first few years of this generation. Of course, now they can't do that, and so they don't. But at the end of the day, man, I think it's just in a very exciting time for Xbox fans and for gamers in general. And Microsoft has really done a good job at kind of keeping people hyped up and delivering on the promises that they made earlier in the generation, earlier in Phil Spencer's regime. And to hear that these XDKs are now quote-unquote maturing to unheard of levels, that is very good news, very exciting news from my perspective as well, because that means we're going to keep getting better and better. And I remember there were certain people, and I don't like to talk about people in general or call out people, but there are certain people that said that the Xbox One X was a lie because some of the games at launch weren't 4K. But at the end of the day, I said, and you can go back and check, that we would get more 4K games as the year went along, because developers would have a longer time. And people would throw that in my face. Well, supposedly they're able to get these games up and running in 4K in a matter of days. Getting a game up and running in 4K and optimizing and having time to optimize fully are two totally different things. So you could probably boss hog your way to 4K in some things, but you're not going to be able to optimize it and get all that you can out of that code by doing that. So what we're seeing now is developers are actually having the time to actually go in and optimize the games properly, and we're getting more options. So we're getting 4K, we're getting a lot of native, we're getting dynamic 4K, which will be native 4K next generation on their new Xbox Scarlet or whatever that is. We're also getting more options for the 60 frames per second. These are all great things, folks. These are great things. These are things that Microsoft is so far ahead of the game in, it's not even funny. But man, aside from that sales narrative, if you were to just list everything like next to each other, Xbox is absolutely destroying it, and this is more great news. I would love your guys' thoughts and opinions on this. Let me know what you think. Sound off, rate, comment, subscribe. Rack 'em up. Crapgamer out.